This week, a full episode of One Star Moments, including One Star Olympic recap, One Star journalism, One Star Moments standard, One Star anniversaries, One Star press conferences in One Star cities. A fantastic episode.
This episode of One Star Recruits is brought to you by 500level.com. Do yourself a favor, back to school is coming. Go to 500level.com and type sunglasses in the search bar. They have amazing MLB shirts. Bryce Harper, Ronald Acuna. It's the player's face with sunglasses and their name written in the sunglasses. $25. I just bought my 6-year-old a Teoscar Hernandez sunglasses shirt. Discount code DK and RIP at checkout for 20% off everything on the site. That's DKANDRIP. Let's go.
Yo, aloha. Welcome to the show. My father hates pictures with sunglasses on. It is the number one pet peeve for him. You want to set him off and ruin his whole day, entire day ruiner? Send him a photo of you having the time of your life with your sunglasses on. Is that only my dad? Obviously, people love sunglasses, sunglass shirts now. These baseball sunglasses are taking over the universe. The old Oakleys were back in 1984. They're back in fuck. I've never seen before. But don't send a picture of those to my father, Big Mark, because he's going to send back ridiculous look with your sunglasses on. Something derogatory like that.
I'm not going to send him a picture. I'm going to send him a 500 level shirt with Corbin Carroll and sunglasses. He lives in the hottest city in the country, Tempe, Arizona, and the man hates sunglasses. Talk about a pet peeve.
I don't know if he hates sunglasses as they lie. Sunglasses, I think the combination of human being in photo with sunglasses is an ultimate trigger. Probably lies in some other baby boomers generational thing. The soul to the eyes. People say the soul to the eyes. I can't connect with the photo. Kind of weird. A lot of times the sunglasses make the whole fucking photo. So it's just a ridiculous response. However, catch me all through my 20s, 30s, and 40s taking, you guessed it, Rip, one photo with my sunglasses on, and then I'm the guy who says, "Can you take another one?" And guess who slides off their photo, their sunglasses? Right here, Daddy's boy. He got me. He got me. I'm conditioned. He got me to always get him a photo with no sunglasses. Sometimes eyes extremely red. It's not a good decision. Very, not great. Also, no tattoos. Instilled that one early in me. No tattoo guy.
We all want to make our parents proud. We try every day. And if that's what it takes, DK, then more power to you. Good luck with the no tattoos and taking off the sunglasses.
We got that response, Rip, because it's coming up in the One Star press conferences. You had an outing with your father, and some very tough questions are coming from the press as far as relationship with your father is concerned. So mark that awkward response you just did here, listeners. Go ahead and mark that one for later in the show. 4.4 earthquake I saw, Rip, Southern California, just now. How you feeling? You okay? Rip lives right by the pyramid in Long Beach, listeners. You okay? No shakes? You feel it?
4.7. Actually, yeah, the strongest one I felt in many years, I think, out here, probably in the last 10 years. I'm lucky to be alive, to be honest. No, it wasn't that bad. It's just a little shaking. Dogs got a little scared. But yeah, we're used to it out here.
Well, people who aren't, that's very casual. So for people sitting in the Midwest right now or internationally where they don't get these, what is the thing? Like the bed shakes, you're kind of like, what the fuck? Or like physically shaking 4.7. We're seeing things shake in your room, pictures, lights.
You kind of start to hear rumblings around the house, and then you know what's happening, and you hear stuff shaking. Yeah, all around the house on bookshelves. Dogs kind of run up and run around a little bit and get scared, and it lasted probably about 6 seconds.
You just stalled? You just do a freeze up or did you any action? You to get under the bed, you go find the door frame, or you just did a six second freeze up. Your standard time that probably lovemaking. 6 seconds is your lucky number right there, Rip. So you probably just stalled. That's my guess.
I was very slow to react, but when I did get up, I did go for the door frame because it did feel like a little more serious one this time.
It's national disasters, man. 1 year anniversary of Lahaina wildfires this week. A little surreal. There was my wife went back. Kimmy went back. She participated in some ceremonies locally and was able to spread some aloha there. I still have not been back since the fires, so it's still a little heavy for me. Also, there's not much as far as things that I can do to add value. I mean, what am I in a podcast from? I just it's not a lot of value add. But I do plan on going back soon. 1 year anniversary though. Time flies. This time last year, we were putting our life together. Here we are still putting our life together, but have a little bit more, I don't know, have a little bit more runway, Rip. We're in the news. There was a settlement, $4 billion settlement. Don't even know what that fully means for us. We're in the lawsuit, so we're involved. We have lawyers, litigators, Rip. But news was announced and it kind of went and passed too because it doesn't. It's all time, bro. So time flies, but also time. Guess what hits next month? Mortgages hit again in Lahaina. So a lot of people had mortgages able to pause for almost the full year now. They kick in again. So we'll see how things go. We're blessed to be a part of Lahaina. We're going to stay invested and stay involved and stay a part of the community as it rebuilds. But it is getting harder and harder. I'll tell you that much, man. So I guess 1 star anniversary. I'm on 1 star anniversary that one. Not great, but okay.
1 star anniversary. What does the I know you haven't been back, but I know you're a lot more in tune. What does the town actually look like now? Is there any rebuilding going on, or is it still too early for that?
House by house is getting slowly. A couple folks are getting permits and starting the construction process. What you'll notice now from the pictures last year is things are cleared. They've cleared debris. So you really, if you've ever flown over anywhere, you'll see kind of the big acreages. It looks like each parcel now in that city you can see very visibly. You can see each parcel of land just as it sits. Everything's cleared out. So it's cleared out phase, permit, rebuild, but there's a lot in between that part. How do you rebuild? How do you culturally rebuild? How do you rebuild and make it a more walkable place? How do you make it more safe? This happens again. One way in, one way out is not the way it works, obviously. So 1 year in, things are still rough. Tourism and locals are still kind of headbutting because life goes on. It's the number one industry here, but it's also hard to see people having Mai Tais while you are trying to figure out your place to live next month. So lots of oxymorons going on. Rip, there's some random bombs going off in Wailuku, which is up near the airport, like IED style kind of bombs in the news. So people are getting spooked by that. I think that's just maybe isolated incident and people are getting spooked. But the whole thing, a year later, it's been conspiracies. There's been this, there's been that. For somebody directly involved in it, it's just been slow and heavy. And it was heavy this week. It was hot again. This time, actually, the property that I live on, we lost electricity in this house that I live now, and it was hot again. And it kind of kicks for a second, like, oh shit, this is how it started this time last year. But everything ended up working itself out. We're fine. 1 year in, and we'll see. We'll see, Rip. 1 star anniversary though, for sure. Was not a lovely one. Was a heavy one, and hopefully we can figure out that situation sooner than later. It's one of the big reasons everybody asks me what's happening, where are you going, what's happening next, are you coming back to the mainland, what's happening? We don't know. And you ask anybody who lives there, they're saying the same thing, unless they're out and most of them to Vegas. It's hard to live here, Rip. I'm glad you got a chance though, man. I'm glad you got your kids out and you got your family out and you got a full experience of that town before the fire. And guess what? We'll have them back when they're pimply faced 15, 16-year-olds into what is the new Lahaina. And hopefully it's legit. We'll see.
Try not to look like tourists at that point, but I know there's an epic picture of you and I in our Rashad White 500 level shirts. It's palm trees in the background. Not locals at all. We're always tourists in Hawaii.
Rip, you're the ultimate tourist anywhere you go. It is what it is. Did you repost that picture? I saw our friend Real Dad Bod posted a jump shot of we played some basketball, a little local basketball here. Rip, you see that photo?
No, did he take it out on you for putting his truck around a telephone pole?
With the pause, easy. No, no, no. We shot some hoops though. It's Hawaii, so it's like just the public basketball courts are always amazing. Check out the Instagram, Rip. I think he tagged us in it at the podcast account. Give it a repost if you've seen it. Just the nice things of a week anniversary was shooting hoops with my guy Real Dad Bod, and he reposted that. Check out the Instagram. Olympics. I was in and out. Rib. I talked about it on TTB. I'm in and out as kind of the games go on. I was waiting for the basketball medal rounds. I waited for a reason. I knew it was coming. I enjoyed the basketball before, and there were some moments of enjoyment. But really, for the most part, it was 2 a.m. viewing odd sports for me, going in and out of eyes getting heavy, and just wasn't too captivating. Here we come. Serbia USA basketball medal round kicks in. I don't know if you were driving. I don't know if you were watching. Best basketball game ever, people are saying. Where were you, bro, for this game?
I was in my living room. I watched the whole thing, and I was never too worried, to be honest. I think I texted when we were down like 15, 18 points. I texted a group text. I was like, "We'll come back. No big deal." And we did. I mean, it was close, a lot closer than I thought it would be, but the world is catching up.
You thought they'd come back with the same energy you just said that line sentence right now was the energy of a comeback that you sensed, Rip. You knew it was coming because you might have been the only one. Steph Curry was cold until that moment, which turned into the game that mattered as well, the gold medal game. I think it's all about getting up for the game for these players, really, to be honest with you, or getting to those moments of back to the wall, do or die. Maybe there's some life lessons in there because yeah, activate. Why weren't they activating? Even in that France game, I know some of those French players aren't that good. People say FIBA, World Basketball, different game, way more physical. I That's why the viewing of this is like March Madness meets a little bit of street ball meets the NBA combo, especially when they're both playing extremely hard. But enjoyed it, man. Great basketball, best game ever. Flowing into the gold medal game, we got Wemby, the passing of the torch story. What a story! Here we go, and then this French team with a lot of guys who come off the bench, seventh or eighth guys, sometimes 10th, 11th guys on NBA teams. Some guys haven't came over to the United States. They're still in their European contracts. Here they are, like locking down LeBron or out rebounding Anthony Davis. Were you shocked at all? Are you shocked at all by world basketball and some of these guys stepping up to the levels of what they look like? Not These French guys aren't that good in the NBA, Rip. Besides Wemby,
Yeah, that's the thing that's a little hard to process. I know the international game's different. There's different rules, different style of play, but basically, yeah, Wemby and a team of fringe NBA guys, a lot of G leaguers, sticking it to the Americans, sticking it to one of the greatest teams ever assembled.
it reinforces for me none of that or relevancy in league ranking or where things sit. All that I get from my takeaways is that team wins over individual in the sport of basketball. And there's one guy to look at on the USA team if you want that personified in a human and a basketball player. It's our guy, number one, Devin Booker. And I knew he was going to be a major component of that whole damn run in the Olympics. But the gold medal game, when I saw him on the bench, I texted you. He wasn't even playing. And I said, Book's got it tonight. And he was not even playing, but he was more engaged than I think I might have ever seen him in Phoenix from the bench. And then he got in and he was playing world level FIBA defense. Dude, hard. As hard as he was going against Serbia in the third and fourth quarters. That's a different level from Book. And what did he get in return? Active hands, kick steals, up for a little dunk, or feed the right guy to get hot at the right time, which in this case was find Steph, but our guy Booker personified being a leader in this situation and being a team basketball player. So respect. So no disrespect, Rip, to that question. But who cares? I think the lesson is play team basketball. Look at Devin Booker. Look at Drew Holiday. Even look at Jason Tatum. Played a role. My favorite at the end of all of it, my favorite tweet that I saw from the whole damn thing was Halliburton said, hey, he posted a picture with his gold medal and it says, all the feels of working on a group project and not doing any of the work, but still getting an A. That's fucking awesome to be able to say that, recognize it, and understand you were just part of greatness, just to be in the building there to watch that shit. So I don't think I'm overhyping it. I sat here for that gold medal game in my living room and recognized 100% what I was watching was Steph. First shot, second shot, third shot over, two guys falling backwards. I knew what was happening. I've watched enough basketball to recognize that this is history in a way that we haven't seen before, and we won't ever see again in this situation. So Olympics, A+. Basketball was the A+ for me. It's really carried the whole damn thing. And you were hyped on some other shit, Rip. One of your big recommendations of the week, you came hard months ago with Sprinters on Netflix. You're really pumped up for Noah Lyles. I don't know how you feel about Big Noah now, Rip. Couple things before we get your we hear your update now. Your 1 to 5 star rating on Mr. Lyles. Mom, he's an American sprinter. Just so you're updated, he got a gold medal in the 100, which was a big race, Rip. That was awesome. But this 200 really didn't feel right. Nothing felt right about it. He had COVID, but his entry coming out to it felt like a lot of energy, a lot of hype was going on for a guy with COVID just in the warm-ups, like a wrestler coming out to wrestle in the WWE. And then he didn't win. It was a lot. It was heavy. Into cringe mode a little bit for a lot of people. So I don't know how you feel, Rip. He's kind of a cringy dude. 1 gold, 1 silver in the 200, a whole bunch of drama, 1 to 5 stars now on your guy, Noah Lyles.
Yeah, anyone who kind of followed him before knew that he's arrogant, he's brash, he's loud, and he wants attention. And that's kind of what it seemed like after that 200, even though he was sick. I think they said he had 102 fever, but he wanted the cameras on him, and during the U.S. broadcast, they are on him. So, I mean, look, he's a great runner. He's a great sprinter. It sucks that he wasn't at his peak for that 200 because that's his best race. But I don't know, 3.5 stars. He's I don't like the attitude like that. The brash, arrogant guys. And I'm not drawn to those guys. But at least he got a gold, and he got bronze with 102 temperature. So kudos to him.
It's very Spain. Spain would appreciate that. Portugal would appreciate that. In America, we don't. Floyd Mayweather, baby, go 50-0. Come talk to me. We don't like the silvers if you're going to act like that. And the COVID thing, yeah, it's 102. Yeah, but he was also dancing in the clubs 1 day later. Rip, So lots of questions with that. It goes both ways when you're carrying that, but as an American, it's disappointing when you don't win gold and you carry yourself that high. And we're so conspiracy driven. It's crazy now. I was talking about those IEDs on Maui. Everybody goes to conspiracy theory in the world too. Even this stuff with running, big conspiracy theory. Does he have COVID? Does he not have COVID? I don't even like having those thoughts. But it's true when you put yourself out there that much to be loved or hate. They love you or they hate you. That's how the game works, I guess. Tyreek Hill, he defended the NBA and the NFL. Also, our guy, Mr. Lyles, said he wouldn't attend an event for Anthony Edwards to release a shoe. This was last year, but he basically said, why would I go to a shoe release for a guy who hasn't won anything, who hasn't won any titles? Got our guy Tyreek Hill, the cheetah, came out today, Rip, defending his NBA and NFL homies against Noah Lyles. Calls him out for pretending to be sick. Like I said, it's going around. DK didn't make that up. I didn't make that up. But he said he'd beat Noah Lyles in a race. What do you think, man? Who you got?
Oh, I mean, 100% Noah Lyles. Like Tyreek's gonna
Whoa.
talk for sure. I mean, seriously, a world champion sprinter against an NFL guy. It's
He's
been
not
tried
not just
before.
an NFL guy, the fastest NFL guy, the fastest. I think Tyreek gets this. What if the race is in the streets and not on a track? Who wins? 40 meters.
40 meters is a lot different. That's Tyreek's used to those kind of races. Noah's a kind of guy that does not get off to a great start, but he catches up. So Tyreek might have a little better chance at 40 meters, but I'm still taking Noah Lyles.
Terms would have to be defined. That's what I'm hearing here. I'd pay for that though. I mean, that's good talk. Respect. Respect. I think if Lyles wins 2 golds, Tyreek doesn't say that though, Rip. You know what I mean? It's kind of what I'm saying. Nike, big running brand, they're up big time, man. Stock dropped a lot in June. Big stock drop. People are confused about what Nike's trying to do because, like me and you, Rip, Hoka, Aeon, these brands have gotten into us. We're normies. They've entered our lives. So I was once a Nike guy. I still own a couple pairs. But nevertheless, the Olympics, we're talking about the Olympics, really helped them, bro. They're back in their campaign. Winning isn't for everyone. they're back. Not only are they back, it seems like they're not. They've broke out of woke stage at Nike and being Portland woke a little bit more back to the concept of winning isn't for everybody. Just pretty good, pretty nice. Biggest names are on board for Nike, so that's good news for the Olympics. How do you feel about just with your kids now at this stage of your competitiveness level? Because they're raising an interesting time. We've gone back and forth on give everybody trophies. Here we are now. Seems like the pendulum's starting to swing back a little bit more with a brand, and the numbers speak for themselves because the stock's back up. That's why I bring this up as the Olympics has taken shape and these guys have rocked this new brand. People like to win in America. Back same thing with Lyles. We like to win. Anything change with how you're doing your kiddos with competitiveness, with setting pace and winnings or is winning just okay and having fun is what matters? Where you guys falling now?
It's definitely a balance. I think the formula now is that there's the participation trophies, the trophies for everyone, up to like age 6, I want to say. But then you'll start only getting stuff if you win for the most part all across sports. So it's a good balance to kind of introduce, hey, let's have fun, let's be competitive, but let's still have fun. And then, not everybody wins. Not that's it's across the NBA, across the NFL. Not there's only one winner as a team in the Olympics. There's only three winners, gold, silver, and bronze. So it's a fact of life that kids have to learn sometime that not everybody can win. So it's
Let's
it's
go,
it's a
Rip.
good introduction.
We're winners now with the Rip household. We ain't chilling, passing out trophies. There might have been a phase that direction was trending. We're off it. I think though the rest of the country is, and the Olympics helps with that. And American companies, iconic companies like Nike, when they do these little things, they're small, but it is big, especially when LeBron, KD, Asia Wilson, Sophia Smith, Shakari Richardson, Scotty Scheffler, that is, best golfer in the world, all get behind this stuff and are about getting W's and winning. Surfing was a big win for me. I didn't watch as much as I wanted to. And despite the event taking place almost 10,000 miles away in Tahiti, we talked about that. The images are great. Watching them back are awesome. They stayed on a cruise ship. The Olympic Village in Tahiti was right off of a cruise ship, and there was only like 35 participants and their family and friends. Super good to start. So awesome on surfing. I'm super fired up with the right financing and setup for LA, what surfing looks like. That's what I'm going to be checking out. If I do any live events in LA, it might be surfing. So that's up. Snoop Dogg, I mean, dude, way up. I think he carried a lot of the cringe part of the Olympics when it could have been. Snoop evened that out a little bit, but here's the kicker, Rip. 5 star. I know we had him on the podcast. We had him close one time. He threw a monetary value at us that we could not afford. And we do not pay guests. Say it right out here, loud and clear. We do not pay guests on this One Star Recruits podcast. Shit, we don't got the money to. $500,000 a day for his duties, Rip. $500,000 a day. He was there for 16 days. Not bad, Snoop D O double G.
It might be back for 2028 too. We'll see. I've told that story a few times this week. They wanted $50,000 for a 15-minute interview. I think I said, yeah, that's not in our budget. So I believe it, and we'll see. They might run it back in 2028. Who knows?
It's not. Well, that's the connector piece. So that's the whole thing. The money was paid for by the LA Olympic Committee and the Paris Olympic Committee to keep things flowing. That's a big goal. Let's keep the transfer going. Let's pass the baton, Olympic terms, if you will. Pass it nice and cleanly. Not a better guy to pass it to than Long Beach showing Snoop Dogg from Paris to LA. But shit, he had a lot of fun, but that guy got paid for that. So huge up breakout star. He's not a breakout star, but breakout Olympic star. Damn, Snoop Dogg. Never would have thought it, man. Some other athletes that don't really get international coverage. Shit, who do we got, Rip? We got the rugby star, Maher. Dude, killed it on social media. A couple things to look familiar. I mean, the dude who did the pommel horse, Steven Nirzaroskrek. If he didn't take your heart, I don't know what does. He saw the Rubik's Cube. I mean, that's just the thing. The Turkish shooter, iconic pose, and then USA basketball, obviously, to wrap it up with a bow on it. One more small moment, Rip. I don't know if you saw this one. This was made for fucking Netflix rom-com, straight up, 100%. This was not even real. The Swedish pole vaulter, Mondo. Did you see Mondo, Rip?
Yeah.
That's the dream. hit that, hit the world record, go kiss your beautiful lady like that. Come on, you can't even draw that shit up. So that's gonna be right there. LA, look out. It's on and popping. Raycon Rip, did you watch breakdancing? Did your family watch Raycon?
We watched a little breakdancing, the B boys and the B girls.
That's all we got on breakdancing. It was once you got away from the social media terrible Australian dancer, it was impressive and pretty good, but couldn't watch it. That's a pass for me. That's going to be a fail. Might be the last year of U.S. dominance is my last Olympic take here that I'll take. It's coming to L.A., so I think we'll win home court. You saw what France did in a lot of sports. I mean, having home court advantage in the sport and playing for your country in your country really does matter. But what I'm seeing across the board is athletes getting much more equalized than it has been in the past. So this could be, I think, 2028 right there. We have never seen the USA not dominated medals. 2030s, things could change. I love the Olympics. Go USA. We'll be back right after this break for a little press conference with Rip. All right, let's go to a live press conference currently going on here as Rip is commenting on his weekend activities in the beautiful city of Laughlin, Nevada. A one-star press conference brought to you by 500level.com. Discount code Rip and DK is about to start. Rip is stepping to the mic here, and let's get this one going. Hey, Rip DK here, One Star Recruits podcast. The road trip started off a little rocky with a 5-hour drive. Would you agree you didn't get yourself fully prepared for this weekend with your dad?
I would disagree with that. I think I was 100% prepared. I've been going to the same destination for years and years. I was just there in April. I'm going in a few weeks, so I knew what to expect. And Laughlin I knew it was going to be 114 degrees. I knew the Colorado River's right there, and I knew that there weren't going to be very many people. It's a poor man's Vegas. It's where the older demographic goes to gamble. My father's 75. I'm a few years younger than that, probably the youngest person in town. But I knew all that going in, so I have no excuses and nobody to blame but myself.
Yeah, I mean, thank you set the stage for us. You know, a real problem going in that we recognized here. You didn't see it because you were excited about the drive and getting really people pumped up for your fantasy football trip in the same city. It might have been overlooked though, but your dad's a gambling budget was fairly low, and that expired early in the trip, really early, which left you in a predicament of spending a lot of time together. Was this in the game plan?
Well, as we know in sports and life on a weekend in Laughlin, it's how are you going to react when you get punched in the face? Are you going to step up to the moment, seize it, bounce back? We we put our tails between our legs and went home. We went home early, 24 hours early. We lost all our money and we just went home.
I mean, the Golden Nugget in Laughlin has always been a great place to play away games, and you've been successful there, but not as successful in socially awkward situations. How was their overall hospitality when things got a little bit weird and you had to hang out just at one table by yourself? Anything unexpected as you walked to the pool or in your suite from the Golden Nugget, or was it what you expected?
Well, first off, I have to give a lot of respect to the Golden Nugget. They're all week leading up to it. They laid everything out. Everything looked good on paper. Free room. The weather sucked, but the beds were made. The view of the pool, view of the Colorado River. But hey, I got to hand it to them. They really know how to kick our ass. We didn't execute the game plan. They took our money immediately within 5 hours of being there, and we had nothing left after that.
It's been a couple of years, but Laughlin has really added a couple new players to their system in an effort to class it up a bit. It's been a big part of their scheme for the last 35 years. Not really successful, but they continue to try. You went face to face with a Bud Light Lime, which has been in circulation for almost 30 years, but is brand new to Laughlin. Many varieties of animals were also seen on shoulders, playing slot machines. Any new developments throw you off in your game plan? Anything that you saw that super strange that really couldn't help you enjoy just a weekend with your pops?
I had 5 hours to prepare for them on the drive up, and I got to hand it to them. They threw a lot our way that we hadn't seen before. Baseball was the only, once the Olympics ended, baseball was the only sport to bet on. And as listeners know, that's not exactly my wheelhouse. And everything kind of just unraveled from there. It went from maybe playing blackjack all night to watching Sunday night baseball, Mariners Mets. That's all we
Ah,
got. So
sad.
it was a painful experience.
It got painful very, very quick. Last question, and we'll let you go. I know you got to go catch the bus. As far as chemistry between you and Pops is concerned, it seems like we really do have a kind of we're at a Patriots Bill Belichick Patriots situation here, where you both just may have ran out of gas, things to talk about, even making eye contact. You think this season is going to be the last scheduled game in the city of Laughlin? Is it time to look at moving this to a new city?
From the surface, when you're with someone for that period of time and you bond with them, you're cohesive, you're all on the same page. You want to win the game. You play to win the game. We just got our asses kicked, but hey, there's always next season. I guarantee we'll be back. Hopefully it's not the Golden Nugget. Maybe it's a Harrah's or an Aquarius next time, but we'll be back. I guarantee that.
A quick question here from comedian Adam Lamb just came through here. Is curious about the level of the Bikini Bay Sports Bar versus Guy Fieri's Baracco restaurant. Both, what was that, Adam? Yes, both of them induce heartburn and diarrhea. Laughlin levels. Anything from those particular spots that really made you feel sicker than normal?
The real answer to that is I don't have an answer for those places because I skipped both of them because I saw a $12 burger and fries deal at the Regency Casino, a hidden gem in Laughlin. So I went with that. And I actually ate another burger and fries the next day at Dottie's inside the Laughlin River Lodge. A $12 burger and fries and a $6 burger and fries. No heartburn, no diarrhea. But the last thing, and just to end the trip on this note, I had Del Taco last night at 9:30 in Victor Valley on the way home. I was in the bathroom immediately when I went through my front door. So Del Taco, I just survived Laughlin, but I could not survive Del Taco.
Victor Valley, known for Del Taco and meth. You found it. You found it, boy. Nice press conference, Rip. Well done. Not easy to hang out with a father in their 70s because they get stuck in their ways, bro. You know what I mean? One thing goes off track, and that you got to really work to get them back on track one way or another. So big applause to you, man. It's an inspiration for all of us. Go do a weekend with your pops. Take them somewhere it's 124. Test your relationship.
Is that the wreck of the week right there?
One star moments of the weekend Rex. Let's do them. Some rips ready to go. Mine's brought to you by Walmart this year. This particular week. It's been a long time for me. I became a Costco guy. I leveled up in life. Walmart was a thing of the past. It's been about 5 years since I've been. It's gotten bigger. It's gotten more crowded, but holy shit, Rip, it's gotten better. One star moment of the week for me. Snack aisle is mesmerizing, just mesmerizing. And we've been talking about strudel since the shooting two episode. There's the breakfast strudel with the delicious stuff, the icing and apple flavor has come out in our damn group chat about it. Anyway, you can't deny the Pop Tart selection at Walmart. It's like the Oreo selection at a good Safeway. If you really sit there and study it, it's quite mesmerizing. And before you know it, you're in a state of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, putting together just a delicious treat in your head. But I got them at 30 years, Rip. I'm gonna say 30 years. I'm not a Pop Tart family. I had to steal them from friends' houses. Very rare. I don't think I had them in college because we were doing breakfast burritos. We weren't. It just we grew out of them. Gave them a go. Strawberry Pop Tarts with the icing. One star. Almost unedible for me. And I used to like the outside corners, the little crispy parts. It just is not even food. I'm realizing here. It's a creation. It's a chemistry creation. So Pop Tarts, one star moment. Get mesmerized in, they suck you in. I'm throwing them right out. It's like a you think you want to try cocaine again. You do a little cocaine, you realize how much of the devil it is, and you flush it down the damn toilets. Same thing with these. Flush them down the toilet.
You ate it cold or toasted?
Toasted, toasted, always toasted. But I do respect the cold. Maybe that's the move. I think, damn, Rip, you just cracked a seal. If you put that on a hike and I'm real tired and hungry and they're cold, I think that might be recipe for success.
Well, if you got one more left, stick with the toasted though, and try to dip it in cold milk. That could be the wreck of the week right there. You got any left, or did you just buy one 2 pack?
I threw them. We did a 2-pack and I threw them. I don't even want them in the house. They're gone. I got them
Yeah,
out of here.
yeah.
Yeah, so I should
The
save them
cold
for the
milk,
apocalypse.
the cold
Cool.
milk is an added bonus that might make them a little better for you.
All right. What flavor? What flavor you dip in there? Boysenberry?
The anything with chocolate tastes really good, but the strawberry might work. So toasted, warm strawberry Pop Tart dipped in cold milk feels kind of right to me.
All right. Well, you're gonna like my wreck of the week because I pivoted. I had a bad experience on that, so we pivoted to something in the chocolate category that you're gonna like. What's your 1-star moment of the week?
Hey, the entire weekend was basically 1 star in Laughlin, but the dagger for me, I've had this weird betting strategy over the last 2 years that I watch the roulette table. Everybody knows the roulette table has red and black, but then there's two greens. There's a zero and a double zero. So I think it's a 5% odds to land on either zero or double zero. So I wait and I watch. I'm a lurker. I wait until it lands on green, and then immediately when it lands on green, I put $100 down on the next spin on black. That's just out of nowhere strategy I invented, and it was amazing. For about 12 months, it worked. I think I won like $400 or $500 doing it. I maybe lost once, maybe 5 and 1, but this weekend I did it. I did it in Laughlin. I think it was at Harrah's. I lost immediately lost $100 in basically 5 seconds on a roulette roll. And this has become a pattern. I think I did it in April, lost twice maybe. So I've lost multiple $100 bets in the last 6 months with this mediocre strategy. I think I'm going to make one more attempt at it on Labor Day. Everybody knows I'm going back to Laughlin in 3 weeks for the fantasy football draft. I'm going to make one more attempt. And if it doesn't work, I think I cut it out of my repertoire forever. But that's a 1 star moment of the week. Just losing $100 in 5 seconds happened way too often lately.
That's life. The truth of the matter is, you lose $100 every time you step out of your house with inflation, how it is right now. You go to Dairy Queen. How much was your Del Taco? No way you got out of there for less than 19 bucks.
Oh no, it's 5 chicken rollers and a bean and cheese burrito. I think it's like 9.79. Come on. Victor Valley.
What an embarrassing order for an adult man to get, man. 5 rollers. Just get yourself a normal burrito. You're a man.
Just get yourself to the bathroom is basically what it is.
Recommendation of the week for me, Walmart edition, same Walmart trip, spotted jumbo marshmallows. Have not seen these before. Incredible item. Don't know why it's taking this fucking long for these to come. And I'm not talking the jumbo marshmallows that you're thinking. Rip, think triple the size of the normal jumbo marshmallows. They fit perfectly on half of the graham cracker. You split in two a graham cracker. Split. This now super jumbo marshmallow will fit the entire circumference of that graham cracker perfectly. It's really heavenly. So they know what they're doing over there at Walmart. So they've put everything together. The Hershey's, so you get the 2-pound bag of Hershey's. It's like 6 Hershey bars in there. The grams are right there next to each other, and then they got these super jumbo marshmallows. And I have the Kimmy does it. I'll give Kimmy credit, but I've just turned it into a professional s'more machine. Literally, the s'more that I make in my broiler in the oven that anybody can make, I'm happy to share it on this podcast. I can even share it right now. I would be comfortable paying 14.5 euros at a cafe for this s'more that I make. Are you intrigued? You want to hear how I do it, or you don't care?
Go for it.
It doesn't sound like you care that much, bro. Give me a little bit more. I mean, this is like literally. I'm gonna change your relationship with your kids when you try this weekend. If you get the right marshmallows, is the move. Set your broiler, turn it on, get a little wax paper out, put a cutting board on, put your half a graham cracker, your super jumbo marshmallow that fits the circumference perfectly, and broil it. Let it brown up, golden brown and delicious. You can watch it. You can close it for a second, but you just keep the thing open because all you're really browning it up. Get it out. There's no chocolate involved yet, Rip. Haven't mentioned any chocolate yet. Get it out. Get it up on top of the oven there. Immediately, you take the chocolate piece, pop the marshmallow off, and you slide it underneath. Just slide underneath like you're putting a tooth under your pillow for the tooth fairy. Slide underneath, back down. You let the heat of the marshmallow melt the chocolate, and you leave it. This is the most important part. It's like leaving a steak after you do a steak. You got to let it rest. Got to let it rest 3 to 5 minutes. And then you go back. Most people eat their s'mores and it goes fucking everywhere. Not this special one we make here. This one here, it's like eating a Pop Tart s'more. Every bite is contained. Everything is well put together and balanced. And that is why I would pay 14 euros for this s'more.
I'm glad you referenced Euros because you're like that fancy European that goes to a cabin for 2 days and says they went camping. I mean, you talk about s'mores and a broiler, it doesn't even make sense to me. Give me a campfire and a stick. One
Much
star on
more
that.
involved. A lot of people don't. Everybody's got broilers. People are going to listen to this podcast and do that. You're going to do it. You're such a dick. I know you're going to do it. It's a better browning than the campfire. Different flavor, but the browning is done like you would get when you get a marshmallow chocolate. It's just fucking better. Give it a go. Give it a go.
No chance. I'm a 1 star. I'm a man of the people. I go camping and I make my s'mores over a live fire.
I'm gonna.
And I
Can I
probably
do?
build the fire. I'd like to see you on Naked and Afraid. You'd probably get eaten by a tiger
Me
in
and Kimmy
five
would do
seconds.
so bad. Me and Kimmy would do so bad. We can't even do any bugs. Bugs are it. It's over. I have another one. I have one more Walmart. This is a quick one. This is a life specialty, and then I'm gonna pass you the mic. I think you have a really good one. You did a funny. Ripped at a 5 star. Sometimes Rip's 1 star in our fantasy football league. Sometimes he's 5 star in our fantasy football league. Very, very up and down. This man. Second though, Rec. This is very good. This I'm talking right to you, bro. Do you have a bunch of grime and black shit in your pans, in your pans that you use to saute with, your saute pans? How do they look on the bottom? Are they clean? Are they super clean? They got
They're
shit on them.
they're clean because they're pretty new, but I know what you're talking about with older ones.
So I got stainless steel pans. Over time, the center gets some burnt parts on it. It's hard to get off, if not impossible, with soap and water. Everybody's been there. You like, fuck it, I'm just gonna use it. I've been in using it mode for a couple months. Big time 1 star tip brought to you by Walmart Experience. 100% rip for your crusty pans, bro. Baking soda that you already have in your refrigerator, because everybody should have it unless you're real trashy and sucking up the smells. And vinegar. Put it in your pan, let it sit for 20 minutes comes right out just like fucking like butter. There you go. Clean as the Dickens.
Baking soda and vinegar. All right. Put it on your s'mores too. Put it on your broiled s'mores.
Bro, don't make fun of those, bro. But the best advice of this whole podcast was broiled s'mores. To contain a s'more at that level of execution and to be able to eat it with just a paper towel on your couch and have no you're not even concerned at all about getting anything on your couch. Okay. Peace of mind, s'more eating is worth a lot of money.
If there's no pictures, it didn't happen. I need to see pictures, and I'm actually going to activate on a rec of the week that I did a few weeks ago and that I've been doing for the last few years. Is we give real recs of the week on the show that we actually use. I want to see a picture of DK's broiled s'more. DK, I said a few weeks ago, it's fantasy football draft season. I advised everyone, every league commissioner out there to go to Cameo, pick a celebrity, the Cameo app, Cameo, pick a celebrity, pay them 20, 30, 40, 80 bucks, whatever it is, to announce your draft order to the league. And this year, we have a special treat for you. We're going to play that one live on air. And we all love Patrick Mahomes around here, best quarterback in the NFL, but we can't get him on this pod. He's too big for us. He's too big for Cameo, apparently. The closest we could get to Patrick Mahomes was his mom. His mom is Randy Mahomes. She's on Cameo for 35 bucks. She announced our draft order for the 20th annual fantasy league. With no further ado, DK, she did a 5-star bang-up job. We're going to play it right now for our listeners. Ladies and gentlemen, Randy Mahomes announcing the draft order for the 20th annual Fantasy Football League.
Hey, this is Randy Mahomes here, the one and only mom to Patrick LaVaughn, Chiefs number 15, my firstborn, and Jackson and Mia. And I just want to say thank you for inviting me, the commish, see you in Laughlin, Nevada. I love me some Nevada. So anyways, I just want y'all to know this draft order, the 12th pick, straight cash homie. What's up? Make it rain. 11th, off constantly. Come on. You got to be on constantly. You can do this. If I can do this, you can do this. 10th is ballsy deep. Not even asking questions on that one. 9th is S&T. I'm trying to think. What could that mean? I don't even know. I'm nervous on that one. It can mean a lot of things. Anyways, 8th, Code Brown. At least it's not Code Red. Code Brown, I like it. 7th, Roadrunner, my favorite bird. Behind the flamingo, sorry. 6th is Ass Blood. Don't even want to know about that one. I'll keep on going. Oh, Carpe Diem. Carpe Diem? I don't know. There's some way to say that. Anyways, 5th is Leonard Foreskin. Yikes. 4th, 80 Reed's Mustache Rides. Hey, have y'all seen Travis's? Woo, and Patrick's getting a little mustache too. 3rd is Prime Time. That's always a good one. 2nd, Heavy Shitters. Obviously, that's some shit starters. And 1st is Shitstorm. Hey, those are some names. High five, and let's go with the 20th Annual League. And let's go Cheese from me and from all of y'all, hopefully. Have a great day. Love me some fantasy.
So it's a strange world that we live in. It's just a strange world that we live in. The only question is the same question that you're asking yourself. This is why Rip is 5 stars. Rip has done William Hung before, famous from American Idol. Rip has done a variety of porn stars. It's been a specialty of late. A lot of those very hard to even get through the full draft order. This particular one, Rip, this is really like you found a sleeper in the Cameo draft book that is just so unbelievable. And the major question that hit everybody's mind and the text message changed just why the hell is she doing cameos?
For $35 in 2 minutes. Her son has a $300 million contract. Can't he throw her 10 grand a month and not have to say ass blood in recorded videos? I don't know, but it was great.
I mean, it's to get in there and say Code Brown. Maybe there's a bigger deal with Cameo in there somewhere. Maybe number 15's got some equity with the company we don't know about. But Rip, you dug deep. You came through. I mean, that's one thing. Put that on your bingo card. Bet you guys didn't have that. Here, Randy Mahomes talking about mustache rides. So there you go. The wreck of the week. Rip, you're a man of your word, though, man. You stayed true. You recommended it. You do it. You do it every year. I think in our fantasy football chat, I don't know if you agree with me that it was a huge success. How do you feel about the reciprocated love or hate back to you from this particular decision as a commissioner?
Nothing but praise. I think at first people were like, what the hell? Randy Mahomes? That was the reaction. Why is she on Cameo? But she did a great job, as you could tell from that clip we just played. Very enthusiastic. She was a good sport. She said all the names. And how often do you have access to the greatest quarterback in football's mother? I mean, can we get Tom Brady's mom next year?
You got it early, Rip. You got it. You found a sleeper in the draft. Well done. Well,
by the way, I think I found an answer to our question. Why is she on Cameo? She made $35 for a 2-minute video. Winston just did some quick calculations here. If you make $35 every 2 minutes, you know how much that is a year, DK? It's $9 million. It's over $9 million a year. So I don't know what her Cameo demand is if she's doing these things 24/7, but she could make a heck of a living doing this stuff. So I think I just changed my own mind.
that Mahomes house. Cast of characters. Pops, Brittany Mahomes. You just got a cast of characters, and Patrick, Big P, stays out there getting dubs. Steady getting dubs out there, Big P. Lost Hollywood Brown, Rip. See ya. Cardinals fans know all about that. Enjoy the bench time, Hollywood Brown. Talk about a guy who never hit his stride, unfortunately. Rips reacts. Hit the music. Speaking of football, the 49ers, all kinds of troubles. Cancellations of some joint practices, slew of injuries. 23 players on Thursday missing practice. They had to cancel all kinds of other community events. Trent Williams, issues. Brandon Ayuk, Rip, our guy, Arizona State Sun Devil. Can't seem to get it done. He doesn't want to go to the Patriots. He doesn't want to go to the Bengals. Rip, where does Brandon Ayuk, BA, end up?
I've said it all along. He's not going anywhere. There's a lot of drama in training camp. He's going to be on the 49ers. Brandon Ayuk went to Arizona State. That means he's very smart. So he knows that he's in a good situation with a good quarterback, and he's going to put up good numbers. He can wait another year to get that contract. He's staying in San Francisco.
Oh, speaking of being very smart, because he went to Arizona State, we didn't even talk about our one-star journalism moment of the week, Rip. Rip reacts, bro. How do you feel, Rip, about getting fed a wonderful, wonderful breaking news line in the podcast world by our good friend Ward Manuel, University of Michigan athletic director? Served us up a nice softball, a nice fatty, Rip. 7 days before the national media had it, he told us that Jim Harbaugh was coming back to serve as the honorary captain for the opening game against Fresno State. Thank you, Ward. He served it up to us. We clipped 6 other things from that episode. Go check it out. Great episode. We did not even discuss it. I rolled over it with a smile on my face, thinking scheduling is scheduling. Everybody already knows about it. We had it 6 days before Rip, and he fed it to us. He gave it to us. I was informed that this was breaking news by a media member that you sent me, and then suddenly I started getting texts from my family and friends. Sports Illustrated, Fox News, ESPN main page, all cited us. Thank you, One Star Recruits. But we missed it, bro. One Star Journalism. You went to Arizona State University. You missed it completely. Please explain yourself.
I say it multiple times every episode. We're one stars. Everybody knows it. So we kind of have a built-in excuse, and that's it right there. But hey, the reality is that we miss things sometimes, and that was kind of gifted to us by our guy Ward, like you said. And thankfully, this national media member caught it, and it caught fire. What a way to make ESPN. A one-star moment, but we made ESPN. But as always, the one stars, we did redeem ourselves. We tirelessly looked through these interviews to pull the right clips and ask the right questions. The Dave Portnoy clip, we asked Ward about Michigan alumni, in particular Dave Portnoy, and the attention he brings to the Wolverines. We pulled that clip immediately. Dave Portnoy retweeted it, 150,000 views, kind of made up for our little one-star mishap there.
Lemons to lemonade, but hey, what can you do? What can you do? The cool thing about this opportunity, this podcast being fellow one stars with us, is that sometimes we uncover some little stuff and have some fun conversations, and we're gonna keep it going. This has encouraged us, not discouraged us. Rip, we're gonna keep it going. You're gonna get that USA Olympic basketball shirt with all the faces of the players. It's very famous.
That is a nice shirt, but I think, like you said in our group text, it's maybe something you only wear once every 4 years. I don't know, though. If you had that 92 Dream Team big head shirt, how often are you rocking that thing?
That's clearly a 4th of July shirt, or it's in a every 4-year Olympic shirt, Rip. So you answered the question, my man. Good. Don't be so basic. Go to 500 level and get yourself a
Teoscar Hernandez sunglasses shirt.
Get yourself a Jock Peterson sunglasses shirt, okay? Go D-backs. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.